Welcome back, everybody. Today, let's talk about NFTs, Bitcoin, and airdrops. So let's start things off with the price of Bitcoin. This past week, we've had a little bit of a scare, a little bit of a dump. And you know what? We're actually dumping a little bit today as well while I'm making this video. But in my opinion, the only indicator that matters is, now let's preface by saying I'm not an expert TA guy or anything of that nature. But you know, I listen to people that are smarter than me in this field when it comes to TA and stuff like that. In fact, in all sorts of field, I listen to people that are smarter than me and I can learn from them, right? But the one indicator that that I've heard is that the 21-week moving average. So the 21-week moving average, which is this blue line right here I have on this chart, and I'm on the weekly, so every candle here represents 1 week of trading. So you can see, you know, since mid-July, we've had a lot of green weekly candles moving our way up, and then all of a sudden we have a huge dump. So the thing is, as long as we are above this blue line, which is the 21-week moving average, I'm bullish. I'm still bullish. You know, I'm still bullish. Now, it's possible, you know, we might have a candle that wicks below that, but as long as we have a candle that closes above the 21-week moving average, then I really don't have anything else to worry about. I mean, I'm not worried at all at this point. And it looks like we kind of did almost touch it and then bounce right up, right? We wicked down there and bounced back up. And yeah, that's the only indicator that I'm just keeping my eye on. I mean, a lot of other guys are focusing a lot of, you know, they're looking at other indicators like the stock RSI and all, the MACD and all that stuff. I'm not smart enough to know that kind of stuff, so I just focus on the 21-week moving average, which has been a very good indicator of, you know, telling us that we've been in a bull run, right? So I mean, back here, well, we're above the, okay, let me hide these other lines here. Just focus on the 21-week moving average. But yeah, every time we're above the blue line, or most of the time in Bitcoin's history, we've been in an uptrend, you know, right? Like that back here, we had the COVID crash, right? And then, you know, we took about what, March, April, about a month and a half or so to get above the 21-week moving average. And you know what? We never looked back until recently, back in May, where we did go below the 21-week moving average. We printed a candle below that. And then, you know what? We've been below that for the last, you know, for 2 months. And then all of a sudden, mid-July, or I guess early August, we broke past that and we're still above that. So like I said, I mean, as long as we're above the 21-week moving average, I have nothing to be worried about. In other news, DYDX, the number one, or the biggest decentralized leverage trading platform, just released their own token. Now, I was tipped off about a potential airdrop of DYDX back last year, following Chico Crypto. He was saying that, hey, do at least one trade on DYDX, and you could be eligible for an airdrop later down the road. And you know what? Almost a year later, DYDX came out with their token. Now, I remember I did a leverage trade of like $500 back in November of last year. And I had no idea what the hell I was doing. But you know what? Fast forward a few months later, I was airdropped 1,165 DYDX tokens. And DYDX, if you look at DYDX right now, CoinGecko, DYDX, let me try and type in DYDX. They were trending on CoinGecko, but not anymore. DYDX. So $14.56. Let me put this into US dollars, since I'm sure most of you are more familiar with that. So DYDX right now is 1147, right? 1147. I got 1,165 of these. So I mean, that's over $13,000 at this current time right now. Just free money like that. Absolutely insane. And that was just to do like, you know, just a $500. I think it was around $500. I remember I did like maybe 1 ETH worth at that time, and that's how much ETH was back last November, guys. It was like around $500. And then yeah, months later, boom, big airdrop. Obviously the guys who did more leverage trading with bigger amounts of money, they had a ridiculous amount. I think some of them had 4,000 DYDX tokens, 10,000. I mean, let's see what 4,000 has, like 4,300 I think is what they had. I mean, $50,000 of free money right there. It's absolutely insane. Now, let's say in the future, are there going to be other airdrops? I mean, there is an article that I did read months ago. This was like back in January, back in January of earlier this year, of these DeFi projects that could have a future airdrop. So look at that. The first thing, DYDX. This was back in January of this year, right? DYDX, this guy says that, hey, you know, DYDX might have their own governance token that's to be released later this year. And voila, you know, we had one, and it was a huge ass airdrop. Second one on the list is Open, which is a decentralized options platform. I'm not too familiar with options trading, so I might, I don't know, I might skip this one. But if you guys are interested, definitely look into that one. There might be an airdrop for you there. Paraswap is actually one that I've been playing around with, you know, the past year. You know, just doing some transactions, just doing some swaps. So Paraswap is a decentralized exchange. I believe it's a DEX aggregator. So let's go on Paraswap. So yeah, this is Paraswap. You know, I highly recommend just doing maybe 1 or 2 swaps, right? Just to maybe cover your bases in case if they have an airdrop, in case if they release their own token. So in this case, let's see, all tokens. I don't have any ETH in this wallet right now. But let's say if I want to convert it into USDT, right? I have like nothing in this wallet. Nothing. Swap 17 US dollars of ETH right now. And then hold on here. Confirm order. I wonder what the gas fee is. Gas fee is not too bad actually, less than $50. But I'm not going to do that. But I highly recommend, guys, you know, do 1 or 2 swaps just to cover your bases. And if you know, if you want to play, you know, if you want to even maximize your airdrops, you can actually spread it out through many wallets, right? Looking back, I should have done like some leverage trades with, you know, my other wallets, maybe 3, 4, 5 other wallets. And then, you know, that $13,000 that I have in DYDX token could be like 4 or 5 times as much with the amount of wallets that I do, right? Obviously, it's more work and more maintenance, but hey, I mean, if you can just throw like $2,500 into, you know, leverage trading with DYDX back then, it could be like $70,000, $80,000, right? But you know, that's hindsight. That's hindsight. And yeah, I mean, Paraswap. Going back to Paraswap here, I mean, Uniswap. I'm not sure how long you guys been in crypto, but Uniswap, last September, like pretty much like a year ago to this date, they basically had their airdrop, right? And they basically have been, you know, I mean, there were airdrops before that, but they were the first big one that pretty much where people took notice and people got a ridiculous amount of money at that time. I remember I had 2 wallets that was eligible for the airdrop. So I had like 800 uni tokens, which is, which stupidly in hindsight, I sold a lot of it back when it was first released, right? I thought a lot of people would dump it, which was the case. I mean, the price did dump, and then it rebounded, and now it's way higher than it was when it was initially launched, right? So, I mean, let's look at Uniswap. I mean, I had 800 Uniswap tokens airdropped to me, which I sold a lot of it, and that's just a little under $20,000 right now. If I kept all of it, obviously I didn't. It's stupid. But max, yeah, I mean, back here, boom, had an initial pump, and then all of a sudden, a lot of people decided to, you know, to sell it off. A lot of the whales probably sold off. Let's see here, and then, you know, for a while, let's see, it wasn't until January, so for a good like 3-4 months, then it just shot up. It just shot up big time. So yeah, let's go back to this article. So Paraswap is one thing I definitely keep my eye on in terms of an airdrop. And ooh, look at this, OpenSea. Man, if you guys are doing NFTs, then you obviously know this website, right? OpenSea. Now, I don't know. I've heard, I mean, there's word on the street that there isn't a token coming anytime soon. But you know what? Down the road, OpenSea, if they do release a governance token, and obviously a lot of us here have done, at least one transaction on OpenSea with NFTs, right? This could be a huge ass airdrop for all of us. So that's definitely one. I'm pretty sure you guys have got that taken care of. Super rare. Whoa, this one looks familiar. I mean, this one just had their token released not too long ago, and that was a huge ass airdrop for some of them, for some people that actually got on board. I was stupid enough. For the longest time, I was planning on buying like one art piece on super rare for like 0.1 ETH or 0.2 ETH, like back of earlier this year, right? And I didn't get around to that. I mean, it was stupid. I should have done that. But yeah, Nifty Gateway, another one is what this article says. I'm actually probably might get some NFTs off of Nifty Gateway. And Zerion. So this one's also, I remember Chico Crypto talking about this one in one of his videos earlier this year. So definitely keep an eye, and oh yeah, Zapper as well. So definitely keep an eye, guys, on some of these airdrops of these DeFi projects here that might release an airdrop of their token down the road. And this article was back in January of this year, right? And they called DYDX and Super Rare, right? And those were two big ass airdrops recently. So keep an eye on that, guys. And oh, one more thing I totally forgot is on the topic of airdrops, there is a website I highly recommend is Ernie.fi. I'll leave a link in the description. Basically, you just put your wallet address here and it tells you if you have any airdrops. So definitely highly recommend it. I mean, you guys might have airdrops that you are totally unaware of, right? Some of you guys might have the airdrop from 1inch. There's one project called Paint that I had an airdrop for. I mean, yeah, you can get some airdrops that you guys never knew that you would have, right? So yeah, highly recommend that. And also one other website, Ethereum gas fees has been ridiculous. It has been ridiculous. Ridiculous. The past, basically the past 2-3 weeks, right, with the NFT craze and all that stuff. There is a website called fees.wtf, and I'll probably leave a link in the description as well. It basically tells you per wallet how many fees or how much fees you paid on Ethereum. So when I go to fees.wtf, look at how much I paid, guys. Look at how much I paid on one of my wallets. I spent over 28 ETH. Right now, that's over $93,000. $93,000. Oh my God. $93,000. Yeah, and you know what? It'll get worse, guys, because as the price of ETH goes up even higher, yeah, who knows? I might be considered a gas millionaire, an ether gas millionaire. Oh my God! Oh yeah, look at this. 129 of them failed, costing you 1.13 ETH. Ethereum. It's a scam, right? It's yeah, I guess you can say Ethereum's a scam. All right. Anyways, let's talk NFTs. We've had a huge dump across the whole NFT marketplace. Let's go on OpenSea here, guys. OpenSea. I know Rumble Kongs have been down 50, 60, like 50%, I'm sure. What's the floor price right now? Yeah, it's under 1 ETH right now. Rumble Kongs at a discount. Rumble Kongs at a discount right now. What else? Cool Cats. I have some Cool Cats myself. Oh, it's at 4 ETH. It's actually holding pretty strong. 4 ETH. I remember at one point, Steph Curry, when he jumped into Bored Ape Yacht Club, the Cool Cats were also pumping pretty hard too. I think at one point it reached up to past 7 ETH. And then it retraced down to like 3.3 ETH for the floor price. So, I mean, it had a 50% crash as well. But right now, holding strong at 4 ETH. Let's look at Doge Pound. Doge Pound, 0.82 ETH. So with this one, they had their puppies, the Doge puppies, right, to be claimed. I'm starting to find like every time a project, one of these NFT projects here, a lot of them that allows you to claim another NFT, like the actual, original project, like the original NFT, would actually drop down. Like with the Doge Pound, I remember KSI jumped into it, and the floor price pumped up to like past 1.4 ETH, 1.5, 1.6 ETH, right? And then as soon as the puppies got claimed, people were claiming their puppies, right? Floor price just went down the tank. How much are the puppies here? Doge Pound puppies. Doge Pound puppies right now, 0.23. So, I mean, if you were to spread the two of them, 0.23 plus 0.82, that's like a little bit over 1 ETH, right? Yeah, I don't know. I guess in some ways, I guess a tip is if you have more than one Doge Pound in this case, right? Maybe sell one of them right leading up to the hype. Don't even care about claiming the puppy, right? I don't know. But sometimes you could get a rare puppy. That's another thing to consider. Same thing with Space Punks. I mean, Space Punks just had their dino eggs, right? Just got allowing people to claim. And, you know, the floor price was like 0.8 something, and now it's down to 0.46 ETH. And what are the dinos doing? I don't know what it's called. Right. So the price, it's kind of like it's split in half. Like the price of the floor price of the Space Punks got split in half, right? It's like now it's like 0.4 something ETH, and now look at the Space Dinos Club. People are trying to sell their unrevealed dino egg for 0.4 ETH. So it's kind of like split in half there. But that's the thing. I mean, I'll be honest, guys. I actually sold one of my Space Punks leading up to it, knowing that this would happen. Like the floor price of the Space Punk would drop. I did kept one of my other Space Punks, and now I claimed the egg for that. But let's look at the other NFT projects. I know at this point right now, like it's very hard. I'll be honest, it's very hard to make a 2-3x on these NFTs right now, especially if you're trying to mint NFTs. I mean, I think the days of minting an NFT and then hoping for a 4, 5, 10x, right? I think those days are kind of gone right now. It's just that the amount of NFT projects that are coming out, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like this past week, the amount of NFT projects I see coming out, it just does not. I mean, it's like I'm tired of seeing these profile pictures projects, right? I mean, you got so much coming out. September 15th. What's this? September 10th. I mean, look at all these projects that are coming out. September 9th. There's just too much supply out there, and there's just not enough buyers to buy. So I'm just not very bullish on pretty much like 99% of all these projects that are coming out. And that's why, some of you guys are messaging me, hey, what do you think of this project that I just mentioned? And I just tell you guys that, hey, I'm being very selective on what I mint nowadays, guys, because a lot of these projects, I just don't see it. I just don't see the demand for it. I just don't see the demand for it. So at this point, I'm just focusing on some of the blue chips, I can't afford a Bored Ape. I can't afford a CryptoPunk. So, I mean, the next thing on, underneath it is, Cool Cats, which I already have, Doge Pound, Rumble Kongs, right? I mean, what other blue chips? I mean, there might be other blue chips that I don't have that I can't think of the top of my head. But, I mean, at this point, guys, my recommendation is maybe focus on some of the projects that have been out for the last, for like 2 months already, right? They have a proven community, like they have a big community already. Um, you know, they actually have celebrities, you know, buying into their project, like with Mike Tyson with Cool Cats. You got influencers like KSI with Doge Pound, which I don't know, like some people actually like counter trading him, which is kind of like a meme on Twitter. Like people like to counter trade KSI. So when he's very bullish on something, people tend to be bearish on it, or vice versa, right? Um, but yeah, guys, at this point, I don't know. I mean, the NFT market obviously has been pretty damn hot the last 2 months, and you know what? This I just look at this as a you know, as a normal pullback, and that's why I also stress, you know, in many past videos to take profits, right? Because I know some of you guys are new to the crypto space, new to the NFT space, and you know you've been experiencing upward momentum, things going up, but you guys haven't really experienced the downside, right? And you know, with NFTs, I would say NFTs make some altcoins look like, you know, like stocks in terms of like ROI, right? Some NFTs are up ridiculous amount. Like some NFTs, it's normal for them to go up 5, 10x, right? And then they have a huge retracement, which is normal, like 50, 60%. And then they just keep on going up, you know? Kind of like with RumbleCongs. Remember when I first bought into RumbleCongs, it was like 0.1 ETH. And then it rocketed up to like 0.9 ETH in a matter of like 2-3 days, and then it shot back down to 0.2 ETH, stayed there for like a week or two, and then now it's back up, you know, went up as high as almost 2 ETH. Now it's down to 1 ETH. So I mean, it's super volatile. It's super volatile. So definitely keep that in mind, guys, moving forward. You know, if you guys get a pump, you know, sell some of your NFTs, right? And you know, if you like the project, you can buy back in at a lower price, and you might not get the exact same profile, exact, you know, character or NFT, but at least you have some skin in the game, right? So yeah, guys, I think I'll just leave it at that. We're in a little bit of a dip right now, but hey, keep calm. I guess I should also add, like, I've had some friends who jumped into crypto like back in April. Friends that haven't talked to in months, and then all of a sudden they start messaging me, hey, I know you're in crypto. What coins do you recommend, right? And you know, looking back, I should have taken that as a top signal, right? But there was, you know, one coin. I mean, they were asking me at that time what coin to get into, and at that time I said Elron would be a good choice for them, and you know, they got into Elron. Elron did pretty well, and let's look at the max chart right now. Oh, wow. Elron's actually doing pretty damn well right now. Almost at all-time highs. But yeah, I mean, I have one of my friends, she asked me what coins to get into, and this is around April. April. Yeah, so around here. She got into Elron around here. And then, boom, shot up. And, you know, she's like, hey, I want to sell all my stocks and get into crypto. So, and well, she did, and then she had some nice gains up here, but then all of a sudden, boom, relief rally, boom, boom, boom. And you know, down here, and she was like questioning, oh man, she's like down 40-50%. And I was like, hey, this is crypto, guys. This is crypto. I mean, this is very normal. When one day you're down 50-60, you know, it could go down 50-60%, and it could stay there for some time, right? But several months down the road, this thing could be way higher than what you got it originally, right? And right now, she's happy again. I mean, this is, you know, my point was proven that, hey, you just have to hodl sometimes, right? You know, obviously you do want to, you know, when things pump up, you know, if you want to take some profits, definitely I recommend you do that. But when things are down so much, sometimes it's better just to hodl if you're in a quality project. Like Elron, I mean, I've bought some Elron back then, like back last year. It's doing pretty damn well, I would say. But yeah, just an illustration, not saying go out there and buy it, because right now it's pumped a lot, and it's almost at all-time highs while the rest of the market is down. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it at that. Like I said, the point of the game is stay in the game, guys. You do not want to take your eyes off crypto or NFTs when things are down. In fact, this is the time to actually double down, guys. This is the time to double down. So, let's leave it at that, guys. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you like the content, like the video, and I'll see you guys next time.